boxing fans, boxing critics, and boxing analysts. Renee Box Young, salute from the South. Thank you for your support, liking, subscribing, sharing, viewing, commenting. One love. Thank you, guys. Hey, people sleeping on Shakur Stevenson, though. People sleeping on Shakur Stevenson. I have to speak about this. I have to. I talked about this a while ago, a long time ago, maybe more than a year ago, about young, at that time, prospects. Young, amazing prospects. This was a long time ago. I don't know how long it was ago, maybe more than a year ago. I don't remember. I did it live. I was talking a little bit about Claressa Shields, and then I talked about, you know, these young cats, man, and people sleeping on Shakur Stevenson, man. People sleeping on him. Why? Because people are, it seems like people are ignoring this cat, man. This young champ, this young lion, this young, amazing, skilled fighter. And I got to bring him out, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's in the limelight already, obviously. I'm just, you know, I got to bring it out, you know. He's a featherweight champ, right? Featherweight, he's in the division. You know, we see here his record. Featherweight, okay? You see here he fought for the WBO World Featherweight title against Joet Gonzalez. Obviously, he won, undefeated. Why do I talk about this? It's because he did an interview a couple months ago, all right? He did an interview a couple months ago with Sway. Shouts out to Sway. Link in the description of the interview. And it was a nice interview, about 30 minutes long. I love this guy, man. Shakur Stevenson, guys, he sky's the limit is also for him. I talked about Devin Haney recently, you know, when I was talking about Gervonta Tank Davis and the issue he, you know, has between, you know, with Floyd Mayweather and, you know, Mayweather training Haney, stuff like that. And I talked about in that video that Haney, sky's the limit with Devin Haney because of his work ethic, because of his discipline, because of his focus. Shakur Stevenson also. He has that work ethic. He has that amazing discipline. He has that, you know, his weight is in check all the time. He's always in shape. His mind is right, man. I mean, this is what I want to point out in this video. People sleeping on him, you know. He's not being talked about too much. He is, but other people are talking about, you know, most people are talking about other fighters, you know, and these lower divisions, you know, featherweight, you know, lightweight, etc., 130, 135, 126, right? Why, though, one of the reasons why I personally think why people are just talking about a whole bunch, all these other fighters, Ryan Garcia, all these guys, Lomachenko, Devin Haney, a little bit about Russell, right? Gary Russell also, and all these fighters, right? Amazing champs also. I mean, not to say about that, Ryan ain't a champ, but I mean, you know what I mean. I think it's because, you know, Shakur Stevenson, he's quiet, you know what I mean? And that's cool. I mean, he's outspoken and stuff like that. But as far as social media, I guess I'm talking in a technological virtual term, right? Like as far as quiet. Like he in a virtual sense, in social media, he's on the down low, man. And that's what I love about him. I remember when I talked about Shakur Stevenson, when I'm talking what I referred to about, I'll leave the link in the description if you want, or I'll just leave it at the end of the video. Where you can select that video where I did it live. It was a while ago, like more than a year ago. I don't remember. I think it was around the time Claressa Shields fought Hammer. I expressed disappointment in Shakur Stevenson getting into trouble. Okay, he got in a couple fights, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the past couple years in the streets. One was, I think, around a gas station. I got mad, man. I was disappointed because I was like, man, Shakur, come on, what are you doing, bro? I really got mad. Because I'm a fan, you know, I'm a big fan of Shakur Stevenson, and, you know, I love him, man. I just want to see him stay out of trouble, you know, just like I express the same to all the other fighters, you know. I love the fighters, man, and I worry for them, you know what I'm saying? He got in like a gas station brawl, something like that, and I think after that or before that in another street fight, something like that. I don't remember the details, but it was a while ago, man. I'm sure you guys know who follows Shakur Stevenson probably know about it. The reason why I say this, guys, is because and I mentioned in that when I was criticizing Shakur Stevenson in that aspect, at least, you know, but I was really, you know, explaining how he's an amazing prospect and his skills and things like that. You know, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in that Sway interview, okay, link in the description again, go check it out. He talked about he learned from that, and that's what's awesome. You know, that's what I love. I mean, dude, Shakur Stevenson is growing, he's maturing. Just look at him in the ring. He looks like a seasoned pro, adult, full grown. I mean, amazing. Okay, I'm not saying he's not a full grown adult, but he's young, man. But he looks like he's been in that ring so seasoned for many, many, many years. And man, this kid, I'm telling you guys, he's going to be amazing. He is amazing already. Just look how he fights in the ring, his defensive skills, his reflexes, you know, how he counters. I mean, how he just toys with opponents sometimes against the ropes, you know what I mean? I mean, he takes his opponents to the rope, you know, and then the way he uses his footwork to evade a shot, and then bam, he just counters. I mean, just amazing fighter all around. That big smile, you know, he just lights up the whole room, man. I mean, the whole stadium, arena, whatever, the ring, man. I mean, I love it, man. So and that's what I like. You know, the reason why I mentioned this about this, you know, those incidents he has had some time ago, is that he explained in that interview that was brought up, one of those brawls that he was in. You know, Sway brought it up, and Shakur Stevenson said, man, he said he learned from it. You know, I don't remember the exact words he said, but you know, he learned from that, from his mistakes. And that's where you know a fighter grows, man. A person who learns from his mistakes, even though he makes a big mistake, like on the streets, outside of the ring. Fighter, like, look at his age, guys, successful, you know, making money, and he's humble enough, and he has his mind right enough to where he says, you know, I learned from my mistakes. And he said something very important in that interview, guys. I want you guys to go check it out. He talked about, you know, he has the right people in his team now after that mistake, after those, you know, screw-ups, whatever, what have you. He talked about having the right people around him. That's why I talked about Tank Davis, man. You got to get the right people around him. You know, that's what I say about these young fighters, man. Any fighter, anyone you don't have to be young, old, whatever age. Having the right people around you, the right influences that push you forward, the right influences that correct you, obviously it's all in ourselves. It's all, you know, we correct ourselves, we push ourselves, yes, but it's also important to have a good team around you, you know, and that's what Shakur Stevenson mentioned. He talked about having the right team around him, you know, and he has his mind right, folks. He has his mind right, ladies and gentlemen. You know, in this whole quarantine shutdown, he was supposed to fight someone on a comeback soon, you know what I mean? But then they canceled it because of the whole virus stuff, whatever, right? I don't remember the details. But, man, this kid, and look at this, you guys. I can almost bet you that throughout this whole coronavirus, you know, quarantine, whatever, he's been quiet. He's been in that ring training. He's been in that gym training, man. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he is just training. And when he gets out, watch out, fighters. Watch out for this kid. Y'all better watch out for this kid. I'm telling you, okay? He's on the down low, working on his craft. I'm almost positive, you guys. I'm not in his life. I don't know this kid. You know, I'm not in his life. You know, how am I supposed to know? I'm not chasing him down. I'm not a reporter that goes and chases fighters down. I'm in Mexico, man. But you know, you can just feel it. You can just see it. You can just see by his demeanor. You can just see how he talks. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his performance in the ring. You can tell, you guys. You know, connect the dots and put the pieces of the puzzle together, and you can see this in fighters. You can just see it, man. So, you know, I know Shakur Stevenson is working on his craft. You know what I mean? He's not sitting there wasting time in social media, wasting time in drama. He's more mature than that. I mean, I gotta say what it is, man. He's more mature than that. He's more mature than sitting around, you know, having Twitter beefs and, you know, calling out people on Twitter all the time. You know, he doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about this cat, man. That's what I love about this champion. Love it, man. Now, another thing I want to point out is that, you know, Shakur Stevenson, he expressed in that interview that he wants to move up to 130, all right? He's in 126 featherweight. He wants to move up to 130. Whoa. Okay, now, I mean, I'm sure some people have talked about it and things like that. Now, let's go down here in the weight divisions, right? You got the weight divisions here, 130, 126 right there, featherweight, where he's at, 130, moving up. He can fight Miguel Burchelt. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz. You got them Latin folks right there, right? Champs, Jamal Herring. Joseph Diaz. Woo. Okay, now you got some competition, baby. You even got Tevin Farmer in there. He's not a champ there, but hey, you got Tevin Farmer. You got Carl Frampton. You got some nice competition up there, boy. You got some nice competition up there, right? You got Oscar Valdez. Oh man. So, you know, Shakur Stevenson, he wants that smoke. He wants that smoke, you know, and I see it in him. I don't think he's that type to be ducking anybody. I know he's that type to not be to not duck anyone, man. And that's what he wants, you know, and that's what we need more fighters like this. You know, I love it, man. I love it. Now you got down here in the featherweight division. I mean, talks have been talked about, you know, Gary Russell, people in media talking about Shakur Stevenson versus Gary Russell. Matter of fact, Gary Russell's name was brought up in that interview, and Shakur Stevenson said, hey, they're friends in the gym, man. I mean, they work together in the gym. But, you know, man, Shakur ain't about that, about saying, oh, man, you know, he's my friend, I ain't going to fight him. Now, he ain't about that. He said, hey, but if I have to, I'll fight him. That's what's up. Yeah, that is what is up. I definitely dig it. I definitely dig it, man. I dig it. I don't dig what Terrence Crawford said. All due respect to the pound-for-pound champ. I mean, all due respect. You know, I don't dig Terrence Crawford saying, no, I don't have no interest in fighting Porter. He's my friend. Come on, man. Get that out of the way. We're talking about the fight game, you know what I mean? Friend, not friend. Fight and get to business, baby. I'm not saying that Bud doesn't, all right? Get to business. You can get down to business, whatever. But you know what I'm trying to say. Shakur Stevenson, man, Gary Russell was mentioned. He said, yeah, man, he's my friend. You know, we work together in the gym, but I'll fight him if I have to. That's what it's about. You know, that's what it's about, man. So I'm just making this video to tell y'all, man, don't sleep on this boy. Don't sleep on this young man. Don't sleep on Shakur Stevenson. Look at these people. They're sleeping on him. All these casuals are sleeping on Shakur Stevenson. Y'all better wake up because he's going to come and wake y'all up. Yeah, man. So he's talking about moving up, man, and that's just going to be, oh, man. I just can't wait, you guys. I just can't wait to see these young divisions, man. These lower weight divisions. 126, man. These kids move up to 130. These young champs moving up to 130. You got Vasil Lomachenko, 135. Teofimo, y'all know the names. 135, maybe 135s. Shakur Stevenson did talk about some of the 135s moving down. They talked about something like that, moving down to 130s. And this is where they'll meet, man. This is where they'll meet in the middle. You know, I don't think Devin Haney will go down in this division, but who knows, right? But, I mean, hey, the purpose of this video is to say, man, y'all watch out, man. Don't sleep on my boy. Don't sleep on my guy, Shakur Stevenson, man. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about Shakur Stevenson, man? Do you think people are sleeping on him? I do, right? But what do you think? What do you think his future is, you know, what's going to be like in his career? I think it's going to be amazing, man. I love it. Keep your eye on this cat, man. Keep your eye on this young champ. For real, though, you know. Comment below, share it with the boxing community, you know what I mean? Thank you so much, man. Rene Box Young. Salute from the South. Pete, fam.